I bid you good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins. Guys, happy Monday. It's my day off. Sunday, Mondays are my days off from my self-employment. Anyways, today with the family, spending quite a bit of time with the family, which is really good. So I got this in this morning. This was sent to me, and I apologize in advance if I can't get to read everybody's articles that are sent to me. There's quite a few of them per day, so I'm appreciating everyone sending me information on things that I should be reading or covering here on the channel. But this is a big blow. This is a big one. Patit Levitt Reed says 2020 may be a water-washed year for indebted Canadians. What do they mean? Are they going to get through the... Are they... So this is a CTV commentator, a chief financial commentator. So basically, are we looking at a renewal? Are we looking at a reset? Are we looking at rates going up where they should be going up? Back to the 81-82 crisis, what jump-started the economy pretty much overnight was when they raised rates to 12 or 16%. When they raised rates to those crazy numbers, it just basically took everything out in the wash. Literally overnight. You weren't having people clinging on, but the problem is the amount of debt load we're in today. The amount of debt load the youth are in today. The amount of debt load that people are comfortable with today. Guys, I'm going to just throw my hand up there and say, you know what? I have one credit card for my company, which is through my corporation, and I buy and stuff. I have, I think, a balance of $840 on there. And I didn't sleep last night. I was worried about that. That's all I owe. I woke up this morning. I'm like, I got to pay this $840 now because I had to order in stuff from my distributor. But man, carrying debt is like, I don't know. I'm just not used to carrying debt. I'm not used to have to owe people money, other people's money. I can't sleep. I don't know. How do you guys feel? Comment below and let me know. Debt levels are climbing, and so are delinquency levels. So a lot of people that are going in for more credit, more refinancing and stuff, a lot of them need credit counseling as opposed to more credit. And that's the problem with these lending institutions. They're not counseling their people. The banks counsel you by saying you're disqualified. Back in the 70s, 80s, and up into the early 90s, the bank didn't give you squat. Unless you had for every $1 you had, the bank gave you one. So back in the days, you got squat. Nowadays... All right, that's according to TransUnion Canada. So TransUnion, oh my God, that's actually a big deal. Canada's largest report, which is not to be cheered. It revealed Monday that outstanding credit card balances have passed $100 billion mark for the first time as Canadians continue to borrow and rack up the debt amid historically low interest rates. So remember we talked about this, right? You got your little boat here, right? This is your debt level. You're paying this off. You got your boat, right? And then your boat gets bigger. They add more on. And then you start, then they add more on. Then they start adding more debt on there. And it becomes into a big steamliner. And then your boat, you carry more, but you're just huffing and puffing. And the boat could barely move because you're just on a treadmill and you're trying to get ahead. But back when you had this little bit of you were just better off, but then you just kept adding on because your borrowing capacity got bigger. And look what happened now. Now, for the most part, Canadians continue to manage their payments. However, we need to pay special attention to one particular data point. A very real warning sign that is ringing the alarm bells for me is non-mortgage delinquency rate. So unsecured debt, okay, guys? Which increased by 26 basis point year over year, 5.54% in the third quarter, according to TransUnion. While the number isn't ridiculously high, it's climbing. So what it is, consuming. I don't think people are going on Amazon and buying things they don't need anymore. I think people have created this awareness within themselves that they need to eat and pay the rent. So they're borrowing to keep the basic standard of living going. And that's what's scaring me. And that's why there's a mass exodus of people that could leave the cities are leaving the cities. Past reports from TransUnion have shown when Canadian consumers are faced with economic pressure or feel financially distressed with credit cards, auto loans, and mortgage payments, they all generally miss their credit card payments first. They keep up their good standing on other payments if forced to choose. See? Yeah. So they make sure their auto loans are paid and other stuff. They don't worry too much about the credit cards because it's unsecured. Where an auto payment, you're actually signing on the car. Okay? Here is why I believe this choice happens. When drowning in debt or feeling financially stressed, there can be a desire to maintain your car payments so that you don't get to and from work. So you got to get to and from work. That's a good point. And belief is you will do everything so you could keep a roof over your head, so the default choice becomes an easy choice. Many experts have been warning that defaults, and 2020 could be the year we start to see this happen. One observation from TransUnion is that the mortgage market is starting to show signs of a ticking high, show signs of a ticking higher, as many have bought into lower rates and for a longer period. That is just horrible. Add to this, we are seeing imbalances on the supply and demand of the housing market. Why? You got 1 million empty homes. You got, I don't know how many, you have almost 1 million empty homes just in the state of California, investor-owned homes. And in LA County, for every homeless, there's four empty homes for every homeless in LA County. And there's 48,000 homeless people. What does that tell you? After stalling under new mortgage regulations over the past year, we could see housing gain momentum in 2020. For now, the silver lining in the report is mortgage organizations were up 4.5% in the third quarter, and average mortgage balances increased only modestly, up 1.3%. Finally, a pressure mounts in the oil-producing provinces. Delinquencies in Alberta and Saskatchewan. And Saskatchewan had a little bit of problem with their potash too, eh, guys? Run the risk of escalating. According to TransUnion, some regions could experience a delinquency rate increase for up to 500 basis points. Households are actually aware of how much debt they are carrying and have expressed time and time again how stressed they are about the situation. This is my thought that 2020 could be a watershed year for some households that ignore the signs they are living too close to the margin. So like I said, a lot of the people that are getting into more debt and piling it on need more credit counseling. They don't need more credits. They need credit counseling. A lot of these people could be saved by a consolidation loan at a good rate and cut up the credit cards that you do pay off. And actually, you know what I'm saying? I am no financial advisor, but guys, honestly, if debt doesn't ring on your conscience, then I don't know what to say, because I have an $800 bill and I went to go pay that thing off immediately. I went to go pay that bill off. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think where we're headed, and let me know what you guys think is happening. So I'd like to know. Comment below. Are you in the rears? Are you focusing on which ones to pay first before other ones? Get financial help. Get financial support by getting the right advice, because the right advice is a lot more than getting further into debt. A lot better than further getting into debt. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and God bless.